as you can see, I haven't done anything about my ridiculous glasses, but today I wanted to take a break from talking about autism and writing and instead talking about autism, ADHD and music, specifically learning harmonies, because music has always been a huge part of my life. I do bring it into my writing as well, and I've always loved to sing along to songs that I love. But I wondered whether fellow autistics or people with ADHD, or either or both, have also found this to be a challenge. It was something I couldn't do for ages. When I was a child, I thought I was incapable. Yeah, I'm quite good at remembering tunes, and they sort of stick in my head after hearing them once or twice. But I needed to hear the individual harmonies separately to begin with. I grew up hearing my family singing harmonies, to carols or other songs, but I didn't read music, so I could only learn by ear. But, and hearing everyone else singing their harmonies sounded lovely, whether with family or, school or whatever. Can't think of another situation, but I couldn't pick out the harmonies when everyone was singing together. That was the problem. So, this perhaps isn't so unusual, especially now when I realise that teaching harmonies takes a lot of time and learning and processing before the song is embedded in memory. It's something that needs to be repeated over and over again. And I don't remember being taught this growing up, so it flummoxed me. And as with anything that seems too hard, you just give up. So yeah, it took me years to get the hang of it, and I had this negative idea that I just couldn't do it. I'm now thinking it's another of those slow processing things, or that I just wasn't taught, so I just gave up, as I said, convinced I couldn't hold a part. If I was anywhere singing in a group, this was probably reinforced further. But I learned much later in life that if I was completely surrounded by others singing the same part, I wouldn't get distracted by the other people singing their different harmony parts. But it took me ages not to get distracted or drawn in by another part and to be able to filter out the other harmonies. And it wasn't until I was in my early 40s when I went to a small singing group that it gradually began to click for me. It was like it had been all slowed down. There were only a few of us there, and many weren't very confident either. And so I excelled a bit compared to my former self because I went regularly and got to know the tunes. And, once I knew the tune and we were doing harmonies, I felt I had to belt out the part I was doing, because if there was, say, only one other person in that part, maybe two, sometimes it was a bit more, but there was such a small, it was such a small handful that somebody had to belt it out and keep everyone on track, otherwise we would all sink together. Not sing, sync. This sometimes fell to me. I did it so I knew where I was going and could keep on track, because if I faltered, I would lose the harmony too. So I did find that often people followed me, and that boosted my confidence, as did getting positive feedback from the group and the leader of the group. So maybe I was better at this than I thought. As I say, I'm quite a quick learner and have a good with tunes and have a good musical memory. As a child, as I said before, as a child, I only had to listen to a song on the radio once or twice before the tune would be playing in my head all week as an earworm. So after the small group, I went to another small group, and then my sister and I progressed to a community choir where there was a much larger group of people and longer, more complex songs to learn. There would be many people in each different part, whether soprano, alto or bass, and it was easier to stick to the particular harmonies. There's confidence in numbers, so if you had lots of people around you, you wouldn't be pulled to another part. I no longer go to community choir. I went for many years, but because of health issues, I don't anymore. But then lockdown came and my sister and I joined an online singing Zoom. it meant I could indulge my love of singing and harmonies again. Sometimes we can get a three-way harmony going if the choir leader, sorry, the doorbell's just gone. Sometimes we can get a three-way harmony going if the choir leader or guest singer does one part and my sister and I do two other parts. I mean, no one else can hear except us because mics are off, so we just hear the singer, the leader, and each other's. So, but anyway, it's the next best thing to singing in person. I can hold a part on my own if I know a song very well, but sometimes it's more challenging. Sometimes I need to get to know the part inside out, and if I miss the beginning of that song and coming in, I have to start again. This doesn't happen often, you know, in the online singing, and nobody would know anyway. I mean, you can do, but nobody would know. But if I'm trying to do one at Christmas, I have to begin again if I miss the part where I come in, because I try and learn at least one new harmony every year to a Christmas carol, because I love Christmas carols, and I love the harmonies, and this is where online recordings come into their own. But, you know, I say to my sister, who I usually try and practice against, I say, oh, I haven't come in, sorry, or I've got the wrong note, can we start again? And it's okay because we know each other so well, and she does get a bit fed up sometimes having to keep restarting. But yeah, we learned Carol of the Bells that way, and sorry, it's far too early really to talk about Christmas, but well, it's going to be here sooner than we know. But anyway, I just wondered how other autistic or people with ADHD find this. I know some of you will excel at this, especially if it's a special interest, or if, like me, it's just taken you longer to get there to do harmonies. Even though, as I say, music and songs and melodies have always been a massively important part of my life. So anyway, I'd love to hear your feedback on this. So I'll probably return to talking about writing next time or something else. Thank you. Bye.